Hey there, Bourbon Street Joe here. What's going on? Bourbon Street Joe here, back with another ration review. This one was sent to me by some fanboy in Michigan. I can't remember his name, but I'm sure it'll come to me. So stick around, we'll slap this down and find out what we got. Perfect. Anybody else? That was weird. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, Bourbon Street Joe here. Today, we have an SDR, or a Survivor Daily Ration, menu number 1. This was sent to me by Germs, who has a channel. I'll put a link somewhere, maybe in the description. I don't know. It'll go up there. Anyway, yeah, Germs sent this to me. I'm pretty sure this and that with Matt did one. These are kind of making the rounds. It's like the HDRs did. I think it's a FEMA approved ration. I haven't really looked into it. I guess maybe put some more description below. Anyway, before this craps out, let's crack on with this sucker. So it's really nondescript. It strikes me as being in the same plastic as a what is it, Sapaco, the low sodium meals, or possibly about the same as an HDR. And again, it's menu 1. I don't know what the menu is. We'll have our ever shifting weight of goodness. Bloody hell. Yeah, we'll go with that. 1,058 grams, or 1.058 kilograms, which is 2 pounds, 5.3 ounces. So it's pretty weighty. And I believe it is a 24-hour. But I think there's some easy... No, not really. And like I said, there's a ton of stuff in here. So we have bean salad, 212th day of 2023. This is shaping up to be like an HDR, isn't it? Apple pieces and spice sauce. So this is kind of like an apple pie filling. This is an Ameriqual. AQF, Ameriqual Foods. I'm imagining they are in Evansville, Indiana. This is a 5 ounce or 142 gram portion. There's 130 calories. Not a lot of fat. We're dealing with 2732, so probably 273rd day of 2022. Sweet potato grape smoothie, United States of America. 6 ounce for 170 grams. Thermopack LLC in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Sweet potatoes, banana, white grape juice. Concentrate. Oh, sorry, the white grape juice concentrate is in the banana puree. 360 calories. Yeah, this is HDR stuff. Joy sunflower butter. 2 ounces, 57 grams. Sunflower seed sugar, mono, diglycerides, and salt. 370 calories, 30 grams of fat in a 57 gram package. 180th day of 2022, maybe. That's a lot of fat. Just because I'm watching my fat intake, LDL hasn't been that great lately, so I'm trying to work on that. High protein cereal bar. Don't think I've seen one of these before. 2.3 ounces, 65 grams by Sterling Foods out of San Antonio, Texas. Soy protein crisp, which is a ton of crap in it. Where's the other parentheses? There. And then corn syrup. And then fructose. And then shortening. diglycerides, and polysorbate cocoa. So it's going to be kind of, it's giving me First Strike vibes in that sucker. We have some crackers, actual crackers, not veggie crackers, which is odd. Ameriqual, 37.8 grams, 133 ounces, 170 calories. That is really hard to read. Not sure. Might be 130th day of 2023. Maybe. Wow. Cheesy napkin, cheesy spoon. 1 salt, 1 pepper. Looks like that. Oh, here we go. Bean salad and beans with potato. Water, kidney beans, potato. Water, kidney beans, navy beans, pinto beans, sugar, carrots. So yeah, this is an Ameriqual. And there's our beans with potatoes. So that's going to be kind of a sweet and sour. That's going to be a kind of sweet and sour. And yeah, she's an HDR really. Just obviously relabeled from humanitarian to survivor. So this makes it more FEMA compatible, I guess, because heaven forbid you should give it to your own citizens on their own soil and call it a humanitarian ration instead of a survivor ration. I guess is the thought process behind that. Anyway, let's make 3 squares out of this sucker and get into it. Be right back. Okay, we grabbed some of Mrs. Joe's best china here. Yeah, like I'd do anything without permission. I asked her for these, of course. Open our crackers. Slight bit of that sound. You know, the sound that these make when you open them. That I don't ever mention. Germs knows who's watching. We have a name for those people. No, we don't ever say it out loud because that will bring them down upon us, of course. We don't need their wrathful comments. Sunflower butter. I don't think I'm a big fan of this stuff. I can't remember. I think the packaging has changed since I reviewed whatever HDR I did review. And like I said, there's a ton of fat in this. That's what she looks like. Wow. Got a tiny, tiny little napkin. Wow. You can that just bends just holding it. Gluten-free sodium seasoning. Yellow cornmeal, rice flour, dehydrated... Oh, can you read that? I don't know if I can. Dehydrated onions. Garlic and spices. Yeast extract. And I have a fly in here. Awesome. Well, working with animals and kids, right? Waddington, North America. Pepper and salt. Like, there's almost nothing in either of those. That's great. Our bean salad, which again is probably exactly like the bean salad from an HDR. So this is just going to be super stodgy and kind of slimy and pretty much sweet and sour. Kind of a flavor to it, I think, if I remember the stuff. pretty much it. This was, because of course we have this right here. Kidney beans, navy beans, pinto beans, carrots, vinegar, sugars above carrots, so it'll be sweet and sour. Get out our main, which I heated up because why not have hot potatoes and beans instead of cold potatoes and beans? As everybody else has mentioned that has reviewed one of these, no drinks. Same as an HDR. So I grabbed a bottle of water because I'm assuming that FEMA would give out bottled water, or you would have some sort of potable water. And maybe even the ability to heat that. Not necessarily the case, I guess. Oh, that is super thirst-provoking. Holy crap, that just dries your mouth right out. Wow. I mean, if you're looking for calories, you're going to get some there. Let's do our bean salad. Yes, hot, cold. Okay, so that's about the only way you can tell these things apart, really. I mean, Jesus, they're the same thing. It's sweet, it's sour. It's definitely a bean salad. Again, kind of stodgy, kind of slimy. I guess if the flies are going for it, that means it's vaguely edible. Again, super slimy, kind of stodgy, very thick. Water, kidney beans, textured vegetable protein, potatoes. So there's higher sugar content sugar is higher on the ingredient list than potatoes in this. As far as a TVP, I don't know. It just all looks the same, really. I don't think heating this. Yeah, look at that. It's just like gloopy. Gloopy is actually the best word for it. It's not as sweet as that. I mean, there's barely. I don't know, split the salt over both of them, I guess. Like, there's barely any seasoning in that. I can't tell. Let's go with pepper on that. And this weird garlic powdery kind of stuff, I guess, is what this is. This is all kind of clumped. That's not really going to add. Excuse me, that's not going to add any flavor whatsoever to either of those, really. I don't... I mean, I guess they included it for a reason, but... Try some of our gloopy potato stuff. Back to our sweet and sour. Yeah, that that really doesn't improve the flavor or taste of either of those. And a lot of, obviously a lot of beans. $17 grams of protein in each. $85 carbs, $84 carbs. Yeah, it's same weight, 50 cal difference. Let's try our sweet potato grape smoothie, or our standing baby food, I guess is how everybody kind of rates this stuff. Oh, wow. No real obvious tear notch on that. Not really high hopes on this one. Yum. Super runny. Pretty tart. Contains only 2% of citric acid. That's really coming through, though. It's quite tart. It's sweet, but it's tart. I mean, I guess a baby would be okay with that. Nothing else. Okay, where did it go? Oh, there we go. We have our apple pieces in the spiced sauce, which is pretty much just an apple pie filling, to be honest. Tear notch malfunctioned, of course. I won't bother. Yeah, maybe. Get this aside. Those aside so we can actually see what we're working with. Again, pretty goopy. Apple pieces aren't really that big in it either. Food starch, last ingredient, spice, so probably like a cinnamony. Right. Not a lot of texture. I would go more with a sour note than tart note, like a not like a Granny Smith apple, but almost like a vinegary kind of. I know I rarely do this, but a lot of reviewers really seem to be like, "Hey, you need some texture," and it's not going to improve it much. It's a mushy apple on a cracker. Does it give you apple pie vibes. I mean, you get your choice. Either you try it with this, or you just guzzle that 2 ounces of sunflower butter by itself. And like I said, this stuff is just really thirst-provoking, and having it on a super dry cracker does not help. Wow. That is hard to get through. It's honestly more thirst-provoking than peanut butter. And our last item. Oh, I have to replace the base now. Is our weird 80th day of 2023 high protein cereal bar. And just to reiterate, it is by Sterling Foods from San Antonio, Texas. 2.3 ounces or 65 grams. Excuse me, 270 calories. Oh, look what I found. It happened to be left over from I think it was an FSR. A chocolate flavored First Strike Ration, which is oddly enough 2.3 ounces or 65 grams. Oh, that can't be right. Oh, who that? Oh, by Sterling Foods from San Antonio, Texas. Huh. Go figure. Chocolate. Now, calorie content is the same, weight's the same. There are some differences. This has 9 grams of fat, and this has 8. And then you can, if you really want to zoom on that and pause and compare, and zoom on that, do the same, fill your boots. But, I mean, you can see here, maltodextrin fruit base, prunes and dates. This one, soy protein crisps, and then maltodextrin and fruit base, prunes and dates. So the formulation has changed slightly. I'm pretty sure this is 215th day of 2023, I think. And this is 80th day of the same. So, or this could be a 93. I don't know. But, I mean, as soon as you pick it up, you're like, that's a First Strike bar. Yeah, why not? I'm not going to open the First Strike, but we'll open this one just to see. Yep, looks like a friggin' Tootsie Roll. Now, yeah, you can feel the crisps in there. But they're also right there as well, Rice Crisp. Which is kind of odd because they are listed twice. So, again, change the formulation, but it's a First Strike. Ugh. I hope they give you lots of water with these things. And I know we Ration reviewers take a lot of grief. Because you're bitching about this food, and if you were starving, you wouldn't be so ungrateful, and you're terrible, and you're a horrible person. You know what? Again, I'm doing this in my garage at my convenience. No, I'm not starving to death. I get it. But what I would definitely take any US MRE over this. Again, with your HDRs, you're dealing possibly with allergies, religious beliefs that restrict the kind of food you can eat, yada yada, blah blah blah. I get that. They may not be able to heat it up. They may not be able to. They may not have potable water. They may have children, so they're going to have to use the smoothie as baby food. Personally, if I was in, and again, this is more of a 24-hour ration, but I would take a couple MREs over this, just because you're going to have a bit more variety. Again, I think this is menu 1. I think they only come with 1 or 2 menus. I think the HDR was, 3? I'll stick a number somewhere here. But yeah, you're stuck in the middle of backwater nowhere. Again, you're stuck on your roof. You're flooded out. And this is all you have to eat. It's better than nothing. But anyway, toss this together, package it up, and back for the way out. Be right back. Let's leave that to rest, shall we? Trying to get everything else on top of that. Again, is it the worst thing to ever happen? Probably not. It's going to keep you alive. It's going to keep you fed. Definitely not the tastiest thing. But having said that, there's no atheist in the foxhole. And I don't know how your moral imperative is going to hold up if you're starving to death and all you have to eat is these rations. To your taste, maybe not. Would you rather starve? I don't think so. But having said that, what do we got here? Our magically appearing, disappearing numbers. Of course, this is just going to skitter all over the place and look stupid. Oh, use the napkin. There you go. I think that's it. 60 grams. 2 ounces. 2.1 ounces. So, not a lot. Again, that also leaves the problem of now that you've got all this trash, because it does not come in a resealable bag, what are you going to do with it? Because if you're stuck out in the middle of nowhere, that's going to start attracting bugs, critters, and once the critters start coming, then things that eat critters are going to start coming. So again, not the best. Am I advocating for the collapse of society and you're going to be forced to eat? No, I'm not saying anything like that. You're not going to end up eating just an HDR or an SDR or whatever. However, have some pouches of tuna, have some cans of something, have the ability to, if nothing else, open. I don't carry a lot on my keychain. It's not good for the ignition in your car, but I do carry a P38. I also happen to carry a Spam can opener, right? Because you may be forced to go down to the local store that has been looted because there is no rule of law at the time, and you might just find some cans or some tinned meat or whatever. If not, hey, keep some life raft rations on hand. Again, buy a flat of water. If you're in Hurricane Alley Tornado Alley, or if you're on the coast where there is hurricanes or possibility of earthquakes, have some supplies. I'm not advocating prepping by any stretch, but you know what? Have a blanket, have some way of generating some heat, preferably a contained way of doing it so that you don't set your house on fire. There may be ruptured gas lines in a natural disaster. You don't want that stuff going up. But hey, it's better to have than to need, okay? But anyway, I'm not getting all preachy or anything. It's just, like I said, have a flat of water. Have some, if you don't like the taste of water, have some friggin' Kool-Aid or Mio or whatever else on hand. Have a basic first aid kit so you can take care of yourself. That's what I'm advocating for. Anyway, Bourbon Street Joe, what I'm out with that SDR menu 1. Yeah. Bye. What's going on? Bourbon Street Joe here.